Buddy, let's bring back Wrestle God TV. My girlfriend will be asking me questions all about wrestling, and here's the first video.
Who are your top 5 wrestlers that still wrestle?
Who are my top 5 favorite wrestlers that wrestle? Number 1 would be CM Punk. 2 would be AJ Styles. 3, Dolph Ziggler. 4, it's gonna hurt me to say this, Jeff Hardy. 5, Christian.
Who are your top 5 legends?
Who are my top 5 favorite legends? Number 1, Shawn Michaels. Number 2, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Number 3, Bret Hart. Number 4, Edge. And number 5, don't know if you can consider him a legend because he retired, but The Undertaker.
What are your top 5 favorite heels of all time?
My top 5 favorite heels of all time. Number 1, Mr. Perfect. Number 2, Randy Orton when he was with Legacy. Number 3, Triple H when he was with Evolution. Number 4, Stone Cold Steve Austin in a 2-man power trip. And number 5, Edge when he was with Vicky.
What is your top 5 dream matches?
My top 5 dream matches. That's going to be hard. Number 1, Kurt Angle versus CM Punk. Number 2, Sting versus The Undertaker. Number 3, Ken Shamrock versus Brock Lesnar. Number 4, Stone Cold Steve Austin versus CM Punk. And number 5, AJ Styles versus Randy Orton.
What is your top 5 TNA moments?
The top 5 TNA moments is number 1, I would have to say when Jeff Hardy made his heel turn and started Immortal. Number 2, when Team 3D split up and Bully Ray became a heel. Number 3, I would have to say when Forged and turned on Immortal. Number 4 would have to be when Sting fired both Jeff and Karen Jarrett. And number 5 would have to be when AJ Styles turned heel with Ric Flair.
What is your top 5 WWE moments?
My top 5 WWE moments. Number 1 would be when The Rock returned to host WrestleMania 27 when he actually made his first return. Number 2 would have to be when Edge retired. Number 3, when CM Punk made his shoot. Number 4, when Stone Cold joined the Alliance. And number 5, when The Undertaker returned as the American Badass.
What is your top 5 matches that didn't happen at WrestleMania at WWE?
Number 1, that's a tough one. Number 1 would be Triple H versus Stone Cold in the 3 Stages of Hell. Number 2, CM Punk versus John Cena at Money in the Bank. Number 3, The Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels in their Hell in a Cell match. Number 4, CM Punk versus Chris Jericho at Extreme Rules. And number 5, Team Nexus versus Team WWE.
Your top 5 TNA matches.
My top 5 TNA matches. Dang, that's difficult. We'll have a lot to choose from there. Number 1 is AJ Styles versus Christopher Daniels versus Samoa Joe at I think it's Unbreakable, something like that, in 2005. Number 2 was AJ Styles versus Bully Ray in their Last Man Standing match. Number 3 was AJ Styles versus Christopher Daniels in the Destination X pay-per-view. Number 4 is Sting versus Mick Foley in their cage match at Lethal Lockdown a few years ago. At number 5 would have to be, it was a Petey Williams versus AJ Styles. It was at Victory Road, and I want to say it was in 07.
What's your favorite company?
My favorite company, I'm a WWE guy through and through, but if it wasn't WWE, it would be our Ring of Honor.
Who are the top 5 most underrated wrestlers?
Who are the top 5 most underrated wrestlers? Number 1. Number 1 is it's really hard for me, but number 1 has to be Mr. Perfect. I know he was a top heel, but he never got where he should have been. Number 2 was Rick Rude. I mean, you hated that guy. Number 3, Matt Hardy. Number 4, Shelton Benjamin. And number 5, it's McCain there. And that is the end of video 1.